Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakagodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, who rule and teach well, and whom I have learned this truth from. And a shalom to all the hopefully elect brothers taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai, our most beloved elder brother. This is your brother Radah from the GMS Atlanta camp with another report of things going on in the earth. And so listen to this man. I don't know much about his page. He just came up and I had to save this video to add into a lesson that I want to go into. I don't know what I'm going to title this. I'm just going to kind of jumble a few videos together of the power outages, the things that the Edomites are doing, just prophecy, okay? Let's see what the Spirit takes. But listen to what this man says, man. Check this out.
Oh, good morning. So I'm sure so many of you, just like me, are completely just kind of, it's unbelievable what's happening down in Big Bend right now. And the absolute destruction of a place that has been untouched since time.
So Big Bend is a national park, I believe. If you go here, let's get some context. Let me see if I do this. It's a forest. It's here in America, right? Let me see.
These bulldozers are tearing into Mariscal Canyon, Big Bend National Park, a place that is supposed to have the highest degree of protection for public lands anywhere. It's a national park. They have been crushing pristine desert, thousands of plants, countless archaeological artifacts. These areas haven't even been surveyed for archaeological sites. The park was not allowed the opportunity to come out here and survey these areas for arc sites, try and rescue and transplant native plants. These bulldozers just showed up this morning and started working. Nobody was told, nobody knew about it.
They can't keep their filthy hands off of your public lands, and this is why. Bulldozers have arrived to leave their scar on Big Bend National Park, supposedly for a border wall. But is it really? Turns out it's one of the least trafficked sections of the entire southern border. Maybe because it looks like this. So what's the real reason? The administration is bypassing a slew of common sense environmental laws. They're doing no-bid backroom deals, and they're sending $1.7 billion of your tax dollars to a single for-profit construction firm because they want to test how much of their wealthy boys club exchanges you'll tolerate while continuing to vote them into office. So if you're also feeling over it, I guess I'll see you in November. They can't keep their filthy hands off of your...
I'll be honest, I'm still a little bit shocked that the government is actually moving forward with its plan to build a new border wall through Big Bend National Park. Of all the public lands threats that we've been following over this last year, I honestly thought that this one wouldn't happen. Because I thought when our leaders actually looked at the numbers and the fierce local opposition, that someone in government would step back and ask, does this make any sense? But last week, the heavy machinery arrived, and there are videos all over social media showing bulldozers and trucks bearing the logo of Southwest Valley Contractors. And that's the company that just got a $1.7 billion contract to do this work. They're already clearing native vegetation inside the park near Santa Elena Canyon. Now, the Trump administration had to waive all kinds of environmental laws to get this done. The Endangered Species Act, the Clean Water Act, NEPA, all of them. And according to most experts, the road that they're planning to make up Mariscal Mountain would be physically impossible without explosives, which means they're going to likely have to dynamite a mountain. There's also research that shows that building roads in remote border country doesn't actually stop crossing. It might even make it easier. Because when you pay...
So you see what's happening.
Oh, good morning.
So just because I'm not going to talk about this topic, I'm going to go into other videos. Basically, it just looks like Esau's doing his thing again. For whatever reason, he's destroying geographical locations. He's destroying the earth here in America. It's upsetting a lot of Edomites, right? Because they're attached to America, but this is what Esau does all over the earth. Listen to what this guy says, and then we got to understand. I remember once I understood prophecy when I began to realize that America is going to be destroyed. This is if you think about, if you can remove the sin, if you can remove the here, before I do this, let me see if I can. I want to talk over the Grand Canyon. Let me see if I can find some Grand, and I'm gonna come back to this video. Grand Canyon. I'm from Arizona, so this is in my state.
Right now, we are at the west rim of.
If you're flying to Los,
And this is the result of the flood. The flood is what did this back in Noah's day. The wrath of Yahweh judging the earth in his righteous wrath. The end result is this beautiful. This place it's mind blowing how huge and how beautiful it is. And this was a result of the wrath. This was a result of the Most High judging. And the first death is water. The second death will be fire. And this land mass is in the area. This is in Arizona. It runs the Colorado River. It runs through Arizona. It's my home state on the west coast of America. America is the fourth part of the earth, and it is the land or the home, the geographical location of 1/3 of mankind, which is dark speech for the Edomites. And so when judgment, when Yahweh Shaphat's wrath is fulfilled, the America that will be turned into a lake of fire. And you are looking.
We're back.
if you're flying,
You're looking. Let me turn the volume down on this. You're looking. I want it to play. You're looking at a place. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's look how huge it is. It's breathtaking, and it's the result of Yahweh's hand moving on the earth in wrath and righteous judgment. The entire human population was ended except for 8 souls when he did this the first time. And this is the beautiful result afterwards, if you can receive it. Devastating what he did, just in what he did, but all the way on the other side of the planet. This is the result, man. This took place within days. It took days or months for him to create this massive canyon. It didn't take millions of years like the scientists say. This is a result of the flood, and then the water going back down. And this was the end result of it. Absolutely beautiful. It's also in the area that will receive the fire when he does his second death judgment. And then when he does his second death judgment, you will never get to see this part of America ever again. The Bible, the ancient world, calls it Azareth. In 2nd Ezra chapter 13, it's called Azareth, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. And this is just the Grand Canyon. You guys, I drive every day for work, different places. I love my job. I get to move. My truck is my office. I'm in a different place every 15, 20 minutes because I'm doing fire extinguishers for different businesses. And I have a new route every day. And there's sometimes I get to drive through portions of Georgia where the fucking grass is so green and the trees are so emerald green, and you just look. And when you learn prophecy, and you realize that when Yahweh Shai built the earth, created the earth according to Yahweh's blueprints, and the Alahayim put this place together, they did an amazing job on America. They really did. And America is Mystery Babylon. It's the place that is going to receive the most intense form of judgment for the amount of blood that was shed. Look at that. The amount of blood that was shed here of the Hebrew Israelites at the hand of Esau, and the amount of sin that the Edomites and the 2/3 of our own people have done because we influenced the planet Earth. America influenced through music, theater, and our people are very much a part of that. Now, Esau is controlling it. Okay? Look at that, man. It's nighttime out there at some of those resorts. It's absolutely beautiful, okay? But when judgment is fulfilled, all of this, it will all be melted, you guys. And I remember driving one time, when I began to understand prophecy more and more, look at that, man, more and more and more, that's going to sound crazy in my ignorance. I said this. I said an apology. I spoke to the trees. I spoke to nature. I said, look, I'm sorry for what we've done. We have transgressed against Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and He has to destroy this place. I don't want to teach that as a doctrine. It was just me and my emotions, because I was looking at the trees, and I had developed an appreciation for nature, learning prophecy, being in this truth that I'd never had before. You learn things, you unlearn things, and you relearn things. Look at that, man. And this land is called the land of our captivity. We were brought here for punishment, you guys. But before we were punished, the northern kingdom came here and made their way of life before Esau came. And this is the generosity. All right, this is the creative genius of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Because the earth was created for the sons of God. Even though Edomites are here, fulfilling that prophecy that they would possess the fatness of the earth. Okay, these are all videos on the Grand Canyon. All right, and within Arizona is that national park that guy's talking about. So I want to So once you understand prophecy, you understand that this place, when it's done, it's gonna be a fucking burnt, melted spot on the planet Earth, and it's gonna smoke, and the smoke is gonna ascend forever and forever for a long time. Look at that, man. This ain't gonna be here no more, you guys. This place has to be destroyed because of the amount of bloodshed that Esau has done with the prophets, with the son. Because it says, if you go into the scriptures, in her, it's talking about America. In her was found the blood of prophets. I'm paraphrasing, the blood of prophets or saints. Let me see. Should be in Revelation. Yeah. So look, and in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints. So we know that this is talking about the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of all that were slain upon the earth. Why? Because Esau is the sword. Okay, he's the golden cup in the hand of Yahweh, and he has been used to kill everybody. So now he has to drink the cup, and the majority of the Edomite population is found here in America. So when they get that judgment, when it says a third of mankind, I don't know if it's in this chapter, but it's in Revelations. Look, this is talking about them. A third of mankind, because mankind is classified in three classifications. A third of mankind. Let's see if that pulls it up. Yeah, there it is. Look. Let me go back one. Revelations 19, Revelations 9:17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire. This is explaining the ICBM missiles. This is very similar to Joel chapter 3. All you got to do is just line up Joel chapter 3, because Joel chapter 3 talks about 200 million horsemen. Those are not humans, and they're full of fire and brimstone. It's talking about the destruction of the nuclear blasts coming from all of the ICBM missiles being launched and supernaturally rerouted. You got to understand, there's going to be some ICBM missiles that their coordinates are programmed to take them one direction, and the angels, the hand of Yahweh, is going to turn them right back to America. That you got to understand that they're going to take the laser guiding system over and redirect them right back at America. That's how bad it's going to be. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and brimstone and smoke. So what is this? You got to understand that in the animal kingdom, when the Most High is talking about a human nation, he'll liken that human nation, that human rulership, their military force, to an animal, to a type of animal. And he'll use a goat that has a horn, or he'll use a lion or a bear. Why? Because those are apex predators. In the animal kingdom, the animals that have horns, Fangs and claws are the apex predators. The animals that don't have horns, teeth, and claws are the food. And whenever a nation has weaponry, whenever a nation has a strong military, that military is likened unto teeth, horns, and claws. And the nations that don't have weaponry, they're just nations, and they get eaten and devoured by the nation that's got the teeth, horns, and claws. Okay, so Revelations 9:18 is describing the destruction of nuclear fire coming to America. By these three was the third part of men killed. And the third part of men is talking about the classification of men that are the wicked. You got the wicked, you have the righteous, and then you have the heathen. You have 18 nations mentioned in prophecy, and they are broken up into three classifications. Israel is the righteous or holy. Esau is the border of wickedness or the wicked. And the other 16 nations, the other 16 families, the other 16 races of people are the heathen, and they're in the middle. This is a destruction. This is a judgment and written in dark speech that is telling you that a third part of man is going to be killed, because the highest concentrated form of the so-called white population is found here in America. So that means when the ICBM missiles finally do hit, the majority of the so-called white race is going to be wiped out in that once. Now their elites, their Edomite heads, are going to be in trillion-dollar underground bunkers off country somewhere, because they already know what's going to happen, and they're going to have Edomites with them. And those are the ones that we take out of the holes. It says we're going to dig them out of the holes when we get our glorified bodies, and we're going to fucking put them in chains, and we're going to breed them just like animals, like they did to us in slavery, and they're going to pull back down from heaven, from the place of rest. They're going to pull back down those Edomite spirits, and they're going to be born into a slave system for 1,000 years. That's how this goes. So look, by these three was the third part of man killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. You know, like whenever you see a, let's get it. Let's see if I can find it here. ICBM missile. Let me see if I can see one being deployed. So let's try. So if you see these being deployed, inside the head of this thing, Putin says Russia will deploy new samurai. So inside of that missile, inside of that body, up in the top part, there's like 10 or 20 different warheads. That's the lion's mouth that opens. When you're reading this, by these three was the third part of men killed. What's the three? Fire, that's the explosion. Smoke, that's the fallout. And the brimstone, that's the fire that comes from the atom being split. This is a dark saying. This was written 2,000 years ago, before this technology was given to Esau to perfect. You gotta understand this, okay? Which issues out of the mouth. And if you look at these weapons, when they get launched into the sky and they come back down, in the front they open up, and as they open up, 10 or 15 warheads go to their targets. That's not just one bomb. You're not looking at one bomb. You're looking at the deploy. You're looking at the sling or the barrel, and inside it's like a shotgun. Let me see if they might show it right here. That's what I'm trying to show you. Is when the mouth opens, that's the teeth, and there's going to be multiple warheads coming out of that. Multiple arrows are shot in one shaft. I'm trying to explain it. Let me see, but right there. That's, you see the war. Those are your so there's right. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 10 warheads in this one missile. That's the teeth. That's the mouth opening up. That's what it's saying right here. By these three was the third part of man killed by the smoke. Let me go back. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. Horses are always symbolic of power. Having breastplates of fire, of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. So the horse is that shaft. The lion's head is right there where you see all 10 of those warheads. And when that thing opens up, that's the mouth opening. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued the fire, smoke, and brimstone. And that's what those warheads bring when they hit their impact. Some of them blow up in the sky. Some of them blow up once they penetrate the ground. That's what's being soup boom. And there goes the scroll, and the heavens turn back like a scroll. That's what John, he's explaining that mushroom cloud. And the heavens, that's all. Thermonuclear war is explained all throughout the scriptures. But the Hebrew Israelite prophets or saints are the only ones who've been able to explain it. Esau has never confessed this, never opened this up. And for any Renaissance Western white Jesus Christian man to explain thermonuclear war in the scriptures, there goes the mouth opening, and now you see the multiple warheads coming out of the one arrow. For a Renaissance Western Christian man to admit that there's thermonuclear war mentioned in Scripture would to indicate the so-called white man. And everything about Renaissance Western Christianity was set up to hide their true identity. Because they're the only race up until recently that has had and used atomic weapons. And so they were under the radar through that Christianity. They were not they weren't explaining prophecy correctly. So the Spirit took me into this. So now let's go back all the way. Let's see what's going to show here. Boom. And that's what's coming to America, you guys. This is coming. This is in the Bible, and this is going to happen. And then once this happens, there's not going to be any more. There's not going to be any. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's that fire and brimstone and the smoke. And now imagine thousands of these hitting the same area, bro. It's fucking done. It's absolute devastation. This is coming, and this judgment, look how beautiful this place, this will be no more. Now, I said all that to say, once I got the understanding of prophecy, I've already gone through my deep mourning stages. It comes back. It comes in waves. Right now, I have a new appreciation for water. And that might sound crazy, but look, we're going to get to this. And there's a reason why I said that. Now, let's do this. Let's go back to the original video. Listen to this, man.
So I'm sure so many of you, just like me, are completely just kind of, it's unbelievable what's happening down in Big Bend right now. And the absolute destruction of a place that has been untouched since time began. But then I got to thinking, like, well, holy shit, this is exactly how the Native Americans felt so many millions of times as the white man came in and just did this to all of the things they held sacred. This is what the white man does.
It's what he did in the Middle East, Western Asia, with the Arabs or with the Islamic people after 9/11. There's a brother out of Colorado, the brother Yakal. He's on the other side of the GMS Colorado camp, but he's definitely a follower of the doctrine. And we were talking about this today, man. I mean, this is what these people have done. Oh, yes, they're going to get paid. They have touched the apple of Yahweh's eye, which are the Hebrew Israelites. But they've touched everyone. They've touched everything. They have polluted the entire planet. The water is going away, you guys. I'm going to get a video right now. But listen to what this man is saying.
For some fucking reason, we think we control the world and own the world, and that the world was made for us. We couldn't be more wrong. And the white man has just done nothing but devastate this world, and continues to in this very moment. It is a heartbreaking reality, but it's a reality nonetheless. So, yeah, I'm heartbroken. And then I was more heartbroken realizing that, fuck, we've done this 250 plus years. Just now.
And this is not white guilt. This is called confession. And when you hear people coin what he just did as white guilt, that is proof of how the Edomites are. They can't repent. So that a lot of times when you see people like this man on the screen, they fall under two very important categories. He is either an Israelite that just looks like an Edomite / white man, because he's very genuine in his grief, or he follows under the category of prophecy in Psalms, that their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. He's one of those two, because typical Edomites, they just don't give a fuck, man. They just talk shit. This dude he's including others. He's confessing and admitting that they have done wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to admit wrong when you see that you've done wrong. That's what we are doing as a people. We're confessing that we have transgressed Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why we're in the position that we're in. And so you got this fucking twisted thing out there where Edomites, I'm not going to feel guilty for being white. We don't want you to feel guilty for being white, because you're not white. If you look at his skin, he's red. He's not a white dude. He's red. Edomites are red. We want you to confess the fact that you have been the wicked in the earth, and they just won't. The pride. And again, it's in their genetic structure to be like this. So this is how we know what they are, because everything they do lines up with what Scripture said they would do. I'm letting him finish talking.
Fix us. So, it's horseshit. Everything about this time is complete horseshit. But I love you. And I look forward to the day that this world is built on unity and love and peace.
And that's not going to happen until judgment and until the Edomites are removed from power. Look at this next video.
What time is it? Hey, this is a gaslighting.
Look, listen.
Tactic by the federal government. This is how they're going to fuck with your heads, because it's not about drinking water. It's about actual water. It's about the fact that there's no water. And what this is, and I'm not saying anything about these guys, I just grabbed it. They grabbed it from the Washington Post, and I am going to stand 10 toes down on the fact that every major media source is run by Little White America in the Middle East. So if it doesn't benefit them, then they don't care. And water is a commodity. I don't know how to make y'all understand that they are trading water on the NASDAQ. It is a commodity now. Think about that.
We got to get the precept. So look, this is major, man. One of my first lessons on this channel was talking about this. I'm from Arizona. Arizona depends on the Colorado River. Everything in Arizona is ran off of irrigation, and you have to water your own grass. When I came to the South, when I came to Georgia, and the amount of rain it rained out here, at first it kind of freaked me out, because I'd never seen rain like that. And then when it would rain, it goes right into the ground. In Arizona, if it rains for more than 20 minutes, it floods out there because the ground is so hard. I want to get two precepts. There is a drought upon there is a drought upon the rivers. A drought upon her rivers. Upon her rivers, because they are mad. They are mad upon their idols. They are mad. It's in Isaiah. It's in Jeremiah. They are mad upon their idols. Let me, I'm paraphrasing. It should be 50:51, Jeremiah. Yeah. A drought. So look at this. And we understand that Jeremiah 50, the whole chapter, and Jeremiah 51, the whole chapter, is specifically talking about Mystery Babylon, which is America. So this is talking about today. This is talking about this geographical location. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. How many idols come out of America? All you got to do is look at Hollywood, and the fact it's all religions. It's what do they say? What is Babylon? Confusion. Why? Because you got the freedom of religion here. You got white Jesus. You got Islam. You got Buddha. You got fucking Scientology. You got Satanism. Everything. And then you got the image. I've even said that the image of the so-called white man is an idol. Whiteness, white supremacy is the ultimate idol mentioned. That I have said this before. If you go to I want to go to chapter 19. Because the 19, where you at? This is also about Mystery Babylon. All right, so look. Thus saith Yahweh. Go and get Salakia. It's Isaiah 19, my bad. Salakia. Isaiah, that's a good chapter I was just at, though. Isaiah 19 and 1, Salakia for that. This is also about Mystery Babylon. Look. So, a burden of Egypt, talking about America. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. It goes into a chariot, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And that's what's happening. There's a couple of videos that I'm going to play in here that show you a little bit of that. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to their idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have the familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into a hand of a cruel Lord. And we're already beginning to see that with Trump and the people that are backing him. And the fierce king shall rule over them. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. And the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. There goes another mention of water. And they shall turn to the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and flags shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. Okay, the fishers shall also mourn, and all that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the water shall languish. Okay, so look, so we got this, and then if you go into, let me see another one. In 3 hours shall they not run? Let me see. In 3 hours? In 3 hours? Second Ezra, I think chapter 6. In 3 hours shall they not run. I'm paraphrasing. All right. Look at this. This is coming. At that, Second Ezra 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still. So this is not just Esau with his data centers drawing out the water, because he is doing that. I believe, according to this precept, that the angels, according to prophecy at the commandment of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, they are controlling and drawing back the springs, the underground water, the water that fills, the whole system of how water rains down, goes into the earth, evaporates back up, fills the springs. The springs are also, they move around down there in the deep ground. I believe that they can control those springs where the rivers are not being filled like they're supposed to be. The water is running dry in America, you guys. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So talking about the end of Esau's world, there's one more right before this. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. And then this one too, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So the entire food supply chain and the water sources are going to fail. This is judgment. The staff of bread. And I'm going to stop with this and go back to the video. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff. So look at this. The staff that goes into your trust or your stay, the comfort from a system that doesn't fail, well, it's going to break. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. These are seriously real judgments that are coming, and some people are sounding alarm, but this is what's coming to America. Look,
we can't live without it, right? We can't survive without it. A lot of you, not more than 3 days. I've tested myself. It's very rough to ration out water. 3 to 5 days, you start to freak out. By day 7, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And that's for the healthiest. That's not for babies, for elderly, for just you normal folk. The point is they want to begin to scare you because that's how they'll continue you on the trauma loop of thinking if you just vote out this, vote in something else, the government that takes this over will do better and be better for the people. No, that blue side of the bird is just as shitty as the red side when it comes to land and water. And when they're talking about drinking water in these areas, I don't know, you could probably ask somebody in Las Vegas the last time they turned on their tap, put a glass under it and just drank that bit. People around this country do not have drinkable water. They have to do a lot of things to make that tap water not gray or brown. So when they tell you that the federal government, this administration, is going to do things to cut drinking water in places where they have already cut drinking water, that's how they're going to keep you in the loop. The trauma loop. The loop of insanity, thinking if you just do the same thing over and over again, voting, you're going to get a different result. They're still going to build data centers in all these places where they're going to cut the water for you, the tax-paying citizen. Their data centers are still going up. There's still a drought. There's still no water at the base of the river. There's no water. Drinking, that's just one of those ways to push a narrative. There's no water. It doesn't matter if you're drinking it, showering with it, washing your clothes with it, bathing your body with it. That's what is running out. Actual water. Not to mention Californians, we're talking 6 counties depend on the Colorado River for drinking water, which means the water that they...
Colorado River is everything on the West Coast, I'm telling you. When I came here to Georgia, there's no houses with hose spigots. There's nobody with timered sprinkler systems, and there's no irrigation. Why? Because it rains so much out here, you don't need that. That's not the case from where I'm from. If you don't water your grass in Arizona, your grass dies. If you don't irrigate your grass in Arizona, your grass dies. It has to everything in Arizona, California, I think Colorado, and Nevada, at least those 4 states, I guess California too, depends on that fucking river, bro. Everything. That shit's gone. It's going away.
From their tap that they usually have to clean or purify in order to use. 6 counties. San Diego, 69% of their water comes from the Colorado River. That's not poor. What are you going to tell those people? You're going to put a data center right up next to them in Imperial Valley, destroy fruits and vegetables for that data center, and then you're going to tell them that they can't have any water? Arizona, New Mexico, those farmers have been wiped out. And Colorado doesn't even have priority water rights, and the river starts here. It's all about billionaires. All you gotta do is follow the money, follow the water. Smoking mirror, please don't fall for it. Do your research. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so a tornado just passed my town.
So this is some other stuff when it comes to power. Now this is going into the electrical grid. Jump off of this.
And knocked out the power for a lot of these fast food spots and all that. And people posting and looking for food. Like all the fast food spots are still open right now. People, it's all full. Like you cannot get enough. It'll be forever.
Filling up cans.
Until you get enough. People filling up cans of gas. Which I already got a few at the crib, but I'm finna fill up some more because you can't never get enough. But the point of this video is when shit hit the fan and shit really get bad and things really go bad. Look, Qdoba 4-2 right there. Look at this. Y'all see that? That's just one of the spots that's completely packed right now. That's open. Matter of fact, hold on, here's again. IHOP closed. Well, not closed, but open. But if y'all can look at the cars, it's packed. I got people calling my phone asking me if I find some food, let them know. Y'all, when shit hit the fan, please be prepared. Because a lot of people out here ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It ain't even gonna be other people killing other people. It's gonna be that too. But it's mostly gonna be when the famine hit and there ain't no water and stuff like that. A lot of people dying from lack of food and lack of water. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Because a lot of these people rely on fast food in the first place to get what they need. You see what I'm saying? So, it's
Believe it or not, the spirit is on this dude. The spirit is on a lot of these people to say what this is. These are little trumpets that you're listening to. Little trumpets of warning.
it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna end good for a lot of people. So please be prepared when this shit hit the fan, and y'all need to stack up for y'all families, for real. I'm finna go to Walmart right now and see if Walmart even up to see what's going on.
This is what $400 can get you here.
I want to come back to this.
Steven?
So we are about day 2.5 of power
This is Tennessee.
being out for thousands of people here in Memphis. This update is on August 24th, about 2:20 p.m. MLGW says it will take a few days for power to be restored for all customers. They are estimating that it will take until Thursday, August 27th, for the vast majority of customers' power to be restored.
When's the last time you remember multiple power outages dealing with thousands of people, tens, hundreds of thousands of people at a time? I don't remember it. I'm not saying it's never happened. I just don't ever remember it. And when was the last time you knew of a city not having power for more than 2 weeks like it just happened in Gary, Indiana? When was the last time, man?
And Abimani Williams, a journalist in the Memphis Mid-South area, making sure to bring the news straight to you. So right now I'm seeing just over 36,000 customers without power. Reminder, customers does not mean people. Customers is one household. So
you multiply 36 times 5, 3, and those are your real numbers.
power outages started Saturday when a storm came through the Mid-South area, had about 70 miles per hour wind, and that took out power lines, trees, and of course that took out power. At the peak of this, there were over 130,000 customers in the Memphis or MLGW coverage area that was without power. They did just give an update, and it says here that MLGW is not disconnecting for non-payment today while restoration work continues. There are a few community centers that are open as cooling centers and for people to charge their phones. The Hickory Hill Community Center, that is one of the areas that you can go to cool down or to charge your phone, use the restroom. Also, the Orange Mound Community Center, also open today for people to go in, and that is serving as a cooling center now. It's Monday, so a lot of community centers are open, so please use those if you are without power and need it. School, MSCS, the Memphis Shelby County Schools, they are out today. They closed today. Collierville Schools, it was delayed 2 hours.
Okay, so you get the point. I'm gonna come to the next one.
Cattle company.
500 pounds.
So back to the whole power outage
And I'm gonna go back to those stakes. I'm gonna prove a point with that too. But listen to what this lady says.
thing we were talking about yesterday. This is actually really interesting. So take a screenshot of this and look at this. This was as
So now you can see Tennessee, California, Nevada, Indiana, Arkansas, Ohio. Those are all places where there's power outages. It's a total of, it's close to 400,000 people without. Now remember, actually, hold up. Those are customers. So 382,000 customers, but you got to multiply because those are households. And there's multiple people in households, right? At least two. So it's at least 700,000 people, but more like probably 1.2 million people nationwide that are without power right now. And it's not on the major news networks. This is like, when was the last time anyone has ever seen anything like this?
of yesterday. This is a post that says U.S. power outage hotspots. So according to tracking data, power outages were almost at 400K nationwide. And these are the states experiencing the highest. So they said Tennessee, California, Nevada, Indiana, Arkansas, and Ohio. And they go on.
You can best believe that Esau is collecting all the data on this. Do not think that there is not a whole group of computers and personnel that are just studying and working the data on all of this, just getting the information down. because they're going to do this. Is going to happen, man.
To explain, hundreds of thousands of Americans are without power right now, over 382,000 customers nationwide, as storm damage and extreme heat continue to strain the grid across multiple states. Tennessee is getting hit the hardest with the most outages countrywide, while California, Nevada, Indiana, and Arkansas are also seeing tens of thousands of customers in the dark. So if you have lived in any of these states, this is your reminder to check on them, or if you have relatives that live in this state, especially anywhere without AC or heat, or relying on equipment at home. So I don't know, y'all. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. It's weird. I don't really know what's happening. I don't really know why. It could be the heat, it could be the storms, but we're going to keep watching this. If you guys are in any of those states, what is it, Tennessee, California, Nevada, Indiana, Arkansas, and Ohio, let me know what you're seeing today. I can tell you now in Southern California, it seems kind of normal, but it's hot again, so we'll see as the day progresses. But let me know what it's like where you're at. So back to the whole power outage.
Right, so...
Shadow company.
Now on
So we are about...
This is what 400...
So now on this, strip this out. This goes into multiple things. This is serious, though. Right now, people are joking about it because you got a lot of these Edomite farmers who trusted in Trump, and Trump is fucking screwing them over, and now they've been reduced to having to sell their beef online, and people are mocking them. So this goes into Isaiah 19, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. But at the same time, too, this is bad because the food supply chain is failing. And this is proof of it. But people are laughing because they think that, oh, well, the Argentina meat that Trump wants or whatever, that what we're not understanding, what people are not understanding is eventually there's not going to be any more of this. And there's going to come a day really soon here where people would hope to be able to buy this stuff from this guy. Yes, the jokes are right on. Who did you vote for? I get it. That part, that's real. But at the end of the day, you still want to eat food, right? You don't want to starve, right? There's coming a day very soon that anyone would be hoping this guy would be able to sell them steaks. So it's kind of double, it's kind of twofold, but listen to this.
$100 can get you here at Mississippi Beef Brothers. You got 6 New York strips, 6 sirloin steaks, 8 ribeyes, 2 sirloin tip steaks, and 6 fillets. Total price comes out to be right around $400.
Farmers having to go on TikTok and sell their meat now because of Trump will never not be funny.
So it is funny, but these people don't understand prophecy. They don't know that this is coming. They don't know this is coming. They don't know that Ezekiel 4:16 has happened before, and it's going to happen again to America. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight, and with care, and they shall drink water by measure, and with astonishment. That's coming, dude. So when this finally hits, no one's going to be laughing. I'm not speaking in defense of the Edomite farmers. That's not what I'm doing. This shit's hilarious, but they're being humbled, but so are we. Everyone is going to be humbled, man. Look at the comments. This is so in a normal America where water is prevalent and food is abundant and jobs are not being taken by AI. We're not living in pre-2019 America where it's comment after comment. They're all, look at this. I don't get why they don't sell their beef on True Social. It's a joke. Why aren't they selling their beef on True Social? It's another joke. Who did they vote for is my favorite internet search. I don't even need to eat beef. Everyone's being funny, right? They literally voted against the party that bailed them out, and now they're mad. I won't buy from them if they aren't proudly liberal and have a history showing that in their social media. This is stupid. So people think that they have all this power, right? Pre-2019, we had an illusion of it. All of that illusion is even going away. You can own the libs or own your farm. You can't have both. The irony, selling beef on China app. Is this just me, or my FYP is forcing me to watch all those MAGA farmers? I've been blocking all of them. So it's just everyone's making fun, right?
Have to be studied.
And it is funny, but bro, shit is getting crazy, and pretty soon we're gonna be hoping to be able to buy beef because it's getting bad.
They are getting destroyed in the comments. Who did you vote for? We ain't supporting MAGA farms. Hey, who y'all vote for, though?
And voting has absolutely nothing to do with it because Yahweh put Trump in office, and voting has never put anybody in office that they voted for. That the president was already picked 10, 20 years in advance. So even when you lift this up, it's funny, but when you understand that, it's also pathetic. And the other thing is, women lack wisdom. This is why she's got 30,000 people who watch the video. This is funny. But you don't understand what's coming around the corner. And again, I'm not saying this in defense of the dude that she's laughing at. Fuck those guys. But people don't understand this is what's coming. And then, what's the other one? Boom, this is what's coming. This is literally right around the corner. At that time shall friends fight one another. Why? Because everybody's going to be bugged out of their fucking mind. All the stabilities of society are going to fucking cave in. Women are going to get fucking ravished. People are going to be attacking people. People are going to be jumping into motherfucking people's fucking houses. Why? To get any kind of food. This is 2 Ezra 6. So we're going to jump to 2 Ezra 15. At that time shall friends fight one another. It's mentioned twice. Friends fighting each other is mentioned twice in the book of Ezra in these last times. That's how chaotic the mindset is going to be once everything really starts to fucking boil over. At that time shall friends fight one against another, like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Let's get 2 Ezra 15. They shall no longer regard they shall not regard their princes. They shall not regard their princes. Let me see if that pulls it up. Yeah. So look at this. For there shall be sedition. 2 Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So it's going to be chaos in the streets, right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law. That's the flock cameras. That's the fucking the surveillance. The data centers are going to be robots too. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So everyone's going to be emotional. Look at this. There's going to be no barter system. This is not, you're going to have the thawah, the mark of exemption on your forehead as a hopefully elect member of the Hebrew Israelite seed line. You have to have the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai in your forehead and know this doctrine to qualify for any form of safety from this. 2 Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. That goes into racial, that goes into literal neighbors, that goes into friends, and spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is coming. So all this joking around,
all these Trump.
The joking is, I get it. But these people do not understand any of this. These people are clueless. They're still in their indoctrination of America. They're still in their AC, air conditioned homes. They still got running water coming out of their faucets. They still have food in the refrigerator. You guys be very thankful from this point forward, if you can, for just drinking water, man. I've been saying Yahweh, and I'm not saying this to toot my horn, because I'm like, bro, I got a refrigerator full of liquids. I got orange juice that I cut. I got natural orange juice that I cut with purified water, and I'm gonna drink some now, right? But this is going away. We're gonna have to be by a water source. We're gonna have to hope that we supernaturally are provided for here in the near future. This shit's about to get crazy, man. You know, this shit's about to get crazy.
Voters selling their beef on TikTok now. Someone said, I'm going to need you to start putting who you voted for in the captions. I don't need my time wasted. I only buy blue beef.
So weird. I never saw farmers trying to sell products on TikTok before. I wonder what happened.
Now again, I'm going to say it one more time. The farmers being mocked is hilarious. They deserve it. Blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, America is proud, you guys. We are proud. I don't want to be proud anymore. These motherfuckers are proud and they're completely ignorant to what prophecy says. And they're all scoffing and mocking. This is the fact that these dudes are having to sell their beef on TikTok. Everyone's laughing at it. But what they don't understand is once these guys go out of business, who the fuck's going to take their place? Again, I'm not kissing the Edomite or the white dude's ass that have been in this position. But what you gotta discern what this is, man. Once they get knocked out, there's no one's gonna replace them. The government's gonna fucking replace them. It's over, bro. That's what people aren't understanding. And yeah, again, it's hilarious to watch Edomites get sold out by the Edomite rulership. But those Edomites that got sold out, those Edomites were in a position to sell us beef. And now it's going away, bro. Which is what? It's a fulfillment. It's a fulfillment of the staff. The staff of bread. Let's get it. The staff of bread. The staff of bread is broken. It's being broken, man. Okay, and this is not the only time it's in the scriptures. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. This is what is coming upon the earth, man. Jacob's trouble is coming. It's coming, man. The next time you guys have a glass of water, the next time you guys have a glass of milk, a freaking, a juice, anything, especially water though. Tell Yahweh Shai how thankful you are, man, because it's drought and famine are coming, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who teach and rule well. This is your brother Adal. Shalom.